Whatever.
Here, a mess, yes. Hello at home. Hello out there in TV land. This is Todd. We'll be starting the travel club meeting in just a few minutes.
You kind of have to hit that real spot.
You didn't know you were part of the live studio audience. Yeah, I put them on. I started that when COVID started. And I couldn't instead of just canceling, put them up on YouTube. People tuning in. Which, given my market, that's pretty good. YouTube was like witchcraft.
Everything's going up.
Yeah, but it didn't work there.
Right, there, right. $70. Yes, that was the day I went
She's got lots of people.
I have no sister, so I can't do that.
If you're looking at me, I know you're.
Waving to the people at
I
home.
know.
I'm confusing the nice lady behind the camera.
I heard you talking to her before, so I kind of picked up on that. It was just a little hint.
That's the only kind of hints I give.
Anything that I can
And she like.
make it. No, I wouldn't either, plus you can go to Benedict's on tax home, the same restaurant.
Oh my gosh. Where are you from?
Massachusetts,
What part?
south of Boston, Lowell.
We have family.
Newburyport, right, up on the border.
Oh, we didn't have David Land.
I might go to Charleston. I'm thinking.
And Land.
I got
We didn't have Land.
Oh, that's why I wondered if this was the same one you picked up.
You probably don't even know what I'm talking about.
No.
I'm just a dumb guy.
No, you're not.
Trying to say one.
No, you're just talking
At the
about-
channel.
I know every
Tomorrow beach one.
Yeah, I've done lots of years, so.
You got another week of that.
No, you don't have to. Give a little time to get ready.
Yeah. I was thinking about putting 6 days.
What's going to work?
That's tonight. I don't know
I
that.
like to work with that lot.
Yeah.
I like it.
Back.
You like to work? I wish you could come to work with me. I got to call you.
Oh, no. It was in. It'll be.
I hope they don't sell so green cones. Some people are. Not right now, they have. They have beer, all beer.
Oh, I know.
but they have, don't know what to do.
Well, I'm getting my phone out. Yes. Did you ladies go on the Amelia Island?
Not this last one, no, but I've been on it. Yeah, it's nice.
I'm gonna let you get the food and what you tell me.
That way, you know,
That's what
everyone.
you were showing that.
You know about
She wrote you a receipt too. I made her write a receipt, she didn't go catch it. She didn't go find more than
Todd, the guy that's gonna be speaking. Probably, Todd, he's one of the owners. And he goes to a guy on the trip, and he picks up some trip. I don't know if he'll be on it or his father will be on it.
Dad wanted to go.
Yeah, I think his dad is going.
Dad is very informative. Dad is
Yeah. But he would really want to. His sister works in the office. So, family day, yeah. And it's a make money, so.
I was gonna tell you.
Oh, I'll bet you did if you would this year. This was an old year.
Oh, yeah.
I would have.
Yeah.
But apparently, he doesn't leave things going.
It's safe to assume you're outside phone,
It's a long drive.
So anyway,
So Bobby doesn't
I
drive.
know that they have, bingo at Mainlands. Every clubhouse has their own bingo.
Well, forgot about it, and it's sitting on my year, and everything mattered again. After I paid the money.
Sign in. And they give you a little paper. Yeah.
Maybe I almost tried that. Red beans and rice and sausage. That was quick.
It's a lot of information on the
There were different kinds. We can do the early one or.
And said there was always around seven.
I saw that it said, don't know. We can't do that other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever that one that has the sparkling and all that stuff. I didn't do that.
Yeah, oh, you didn't get one of those, did you sign it?
Well, you have to go back out.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to.
Everybody has a yellow slip? Oh, you get one? Oh, yeah, one, yeah. Yep. Okay, Bobby.
In New Orleans,
In New Orleans there was.
But
Yeah.
geez, I don't think there'll be a place like that.
No, I think they're gonna start to put that down.
Olive sandwich, but the
That doesn't even.
All right, everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome to Travel is Fun Tours. This is our February 2022 meeting. You are being recorded. We have people at home watching, probably thousands and thousands of fans watching.
Right.
I'm not quite Joe Rogan yet, but I'm working on it. Anyway, welcome to Travel is Fun Tours February meeting. We're going to talk about all the upcoming trips, tell you a little bit about the company. If you haven't been here before, this will be very informative. If you're Ed, you'll probably fall asleep in the next 5 minutes. Anyway, Travel is Fun Tours. We're a family-owned small business. Office is right around the corner next to the barber shop. And we are responsive to your needs. This keeps my dad and my sister and I off the streets. And the judge said I had to keep doing this anyway. So we want you to be happy. We want you to come back. What's that?
Is it your community service?
One of many. Yes, ma'am.
Not in the Scouts.
We want you to come back. We want you to tell your friends. You guys are my very, very best advertising. Because when you talk to a neighbor or a friend and tell them what a good time you had, give them a pointer towards us. That is way better than a newspaper ad that's competing with everything else in the paper. We are fully licensed and insured, and that is important in this day and age, especially through COVID. We found out which companies were managed well and which companies were kind of on the edge, and the ones on the edge are not here anymore. We're still here. We have over 40 years of experience, and you add us all together, it's well over a century. Most of that is dad. And we have up-to-date modern motor coaches. We work with a great company called Mart's First Class. And we actually have our favorite driver back in the back there. That's Jesse Austin. And he does a great job for us. And here comes the bus now. We do 10 to 15 day trips a month. It's been closer to 10 than 15 for the last couple of years because we're trying to get kind of our feet back under us after COVID. We're starting to get there. The white sheet you've hopefully got in front of you, that lists all of the tours coming up. The front of it has day trips. The back has some day trips, and it has one box that has the multi-day trips on the back. So when you think, when I'm going through these and you raise your hand and yell at me, it's not listed on the day sheet, it is. If it's a multi-day trip, it's just on the back in that little block. Speaking of multi-day trips, we go all over the place. We're going to talk about all our destinations coming up. We are working on a diamond tour coming up for the fall. That's going to be the Vermont trip. So I was hoping to have that for you today, but Diamond's been a little slow getting that ready for me. We do have a travel club, and I was talking to somebody the other day about it. It's kind of like an appendix. It's something that a lot of us still like and use. If you like getting paper in the mail from us, we sit there and we fold and stuff envelopes once a month. We send out about 400, 450 envelopes currently. At the heyday, that used to be about 1,400. A lot of folks are switching to using our website, printing things at home. But for those of you diehards, as long as my mailing stays above 200 pieces, we'll continue doing the travel club. It's $14 to join. You get $2 off your trips. You get the mailing each month, and you get a fantastic name tag like Brian's wearing here. You should wave that in the air and show them, Brian. Look at that. Isn't that fancy? Well worth the $14. And then renewals are only $10, so that pays for itself after just a few trips. Bottom line with Travel is Fun Tours, we are always going to be friendly and courteous and informative, keep you comfortable on that coach. But most of all, it is so much fun because I didn't have any gray hair when I started. This is all from planning tours for you guys, so you don't have to worry. That's a nice picture. Barbara finally made me change that picture that had been up there. What was the old one? At least 10 years old. So Barbara's kind of my conscience. She makes me update things once in a while. So thank goodness for that. So those little yellow slips Barbara gave all of you that we had just enough for today, that is for our Where in the World contest. We're going to show you a picture of a place travel is fun has gone before. You don't want to yell out the answer unless it's your strategy to yell out the wrong answer intentionally and throw the entire room off so that you can win all by yourself. That would be devious and mean, but incredibly smart. It is a place we have gone before. The best answer wins the prize. If you know the name, address, zip code, the history, squeeze that on the back of your little yellow slip. That's how we break ties. And no phone a friend, no smartphone use. Don't pull out your phone and cheat. 1 win per calendar year. Who won last month? We'll see. Marina.
I had it right, but you just don't like me.
Mrs. Howell here actually had a little better answer than you did, but she's knocked out of the running, Buffy. You got a better chance this month.
Oh, no, I still got Barbara and Mary and.
Well, yeah, there is competition in the room still. So 1 win per calendar year. Yes, ma'am.
You said where in the world
Where in
travel is fun to go outside of the United States and
Canada sometimes?
well, yeah, but where in the world you're not including Asia,
No,
Europe.
probably not. No,
It's
it's a place our bus has been.
Okay.
All right, you guys ready for your clue?
Right.
All right, here it comes.
North America.
Whoops, was that too quick? I'll give you a second to look that over. Spelling counts. Yeah, Bob's in trouble. All right, that is our clue for today. Remember, even if you have no idea where this is, put your name on the slip and turn it in anyway. Even Marina, because she can't win this, but we have prizes to give out thanks to Buffy and thanks to me. So we'll have some other prizes to give out besides Where in the World. Oh, by the way, your prize for winning Where in the World is $25 off your next trip. You can't beat that. Okay, so highlights of upcoming trips. This is where we review the rest of this month. Real quick, it was in better shape a week ago. I think the weather scared some people off and turned some of my greens to yellows. So New Orleans is leaving Sunday. There's about 35 people on there. If you would like to join them, see me or see Barbara in the back there, and we will be happy to squeeze you onto that bus and send you on your way to New Orleans. You'll be there for Valentine's Day. Next Thursday, I'm doing Lunch Bunch at Rooster Fish, and that's got some good space on it as well. I got a good 15 seats or so open. It's got a great menu. So check in with us on that one. The Dunedin Craft Fair, I'm going to be careful on these. The Dunedin Craft Fair, I need about 3 more for that just to get out the gate. That's on the 19th. It's a great way to get there because the parking in Dunedin is kind of scarce. So the bus will take you right to downtown, let you off, and you can go have some great food, check out the arts and crafts, check out the shops, and then the bus will pick you up usually about 4 hours later. The weather seems to be edging towards nicer too, so hopefully by the 19th, that'll be looking pretty good. February 20th, we're going down to the Immokalee Casino down near Fort Myers, and they're doing Rockabilly. They're going to have live rockabilly bands. They're going to have an antique car show, mustache contest, tattoo contest. Brian should definitely go. He's got a good shot here. You've got the casino open to you. There will be food trucks, so lots of entertainment. It is about 4 short of getting out the gate for that one. And then Circus Sarasota, I got a yellow dot next to it. It just tipped over to being full enough to go. I got 1 extra above my break-even point on that, but I got to get some money from some of the folks on there. So if you're on any of these, if you want to get into payment, that would be great. That is a fantastic circus. We're going down to Sarasota. We're going to be at University Town Center Mall, give you a couple hours for lunch and shopping. And then it's a 2 p.m. curtain for the circus. It is across the parking lot, so if you don't want to walk it, the bus will shuttle you. Or if you want to get your steps in and get your Fitbit happy with you, you can stroll across the parking lot. February 24th, we're going to see Kinky Boots. That's got about 10, 15 seats open on it still. Great musical up at the Suncoast Broadway Theater in Hudson. Music by Cyndi Lauper, and a really entertaining story. The Angel Tea Room's got about 15, 20 seats open, but it is going for sure. That's on Saturday the 26th. And then finally, Engelbert Humperdinck. I just bought the tickets for that, so that is locked in. We have barely enough to go. But the great thing is, for our sake, a couple other groups dropped out. So they moved our seats a little closer to the stage. We're up to, I think, row V and W. So getting a little closer to the stage. Should be a great show. It's a 2 p.m. performance. So you can have a nice brunch, go see Engelbert Humperdinck, and then have you a nice dinner. And you might run into Engelbert Humperdinck at one of the early birds, because I guess he wanted the show to be over early too. Jumping into March, we're going to start March off with Jimmy Buffett's Escape to Margaritaville. And it's a little bit along the lines of the ABBA musical, Mamma Mia. So they took all these Jimmy Buffett songs and built a story around them. So this one is about Rachel, who takes her best friend Tammy on a bachelorette getaway to Marley's less than stellar Margaritaville resort. Their arrival unexpectedly upending the world of bar headliner Tully and best friend Rick, who are used to wining and dining the revolving door of single women arriving on the island each week. It's a classic case of boy meets girl, girl is unimpressed, and boy does everything he can to win her over while their two best friends fall for each other. And it's all told through the music of Jimmy Buffett, including the great songs Cheeseburger in Paradise, Fins, Volcano, Margaritaville, and more. And that's at the Broadway Palm Dinner Theater down in Fort Myers. Fantastic food, amazing desserts. The desserts are so big, they got to be on 2 tables. And so they got ice cream and cookies and brownies over here. They got pies and cakes and mousse and other stuff over there. And they do have adult beverages available as well. Strawberry Festival, status on that. The Beach Boys will be there on March 4th. We have enough people to run that right now. So March 4th is a go currently. March 13th, the Bellamy Brothers are going to be there. That one's kind of on life support. I need about 20. I only got 5 on that one right now. The way we do the Strawberry Festival will probably arrive right about noon, and you'll have a few hours. The concerts all start at 3:30. If you want to get tickets, we can get you the phone number, or you can order them online through the Strawberry Festival website, or you can go up to the ticket booth and buy some right there. Most of these shows usually have some tickets left on the day of. If you don't want to spend the extra, it's like $20, $25 for tickets for these shows. If you don't want to spend that money, and you don't care about seeing Brian Wilson on the stage, you will definitely hear the concert no matter where you are on the festival grounds. You will hear the concert if you're about 1.5 miles away. And so you'll have a great time. Real good food out there. A lot of interesting critters and animals to see. Pig races, Krispy Kreme burgers. And that's Ed's favorite snack is a Krispy Kreme burger. Did you see him perk up?
That woke me up.
I'm glad something woke you up. We're going to the Coatee River March 5th. When I got in this morning, that was sold out. By the time I came over here, we had 2 cancellations. So if you would like to join us for this one, race over to Barbara at the end of the meeting and get signed up and get paid, and we will get you on there. We're going to cruise. We're going to go up to Widow Fletcher's, and we're going to have a cruise first. It is a morning cruise, and then lunch is afterwards. And now you might ask, why in March am I going to have you out on a boat in the morning? The reason is I can't count on restaurants to get you in and out on a specific time schedule. So if we went to the restaurant first and they're a little slow, we could miss our time with the boat. So we're going to do the boat first. The boat will dock right at Widow Fletcher's. When we get back, it'll be lunch on your own. They have a great menu. You can have whatever you want as long as you pay for it.
Think up time and got around here.
Pickup, I don't have that in front of me. I can look it up on the website at the end of the meeting if you like.
Yeah, because you didn't have it last time I asked either.
It's on the website.
Okay,
I'll get it for you.
okay.
Monday, March 7th, we're going over to Tampa to the Hard Rock Casino. And fantastic casino. We give you about 4 hours there. Gives you a chance to win some big bucks. They've got some great restaurants, a lot of good food, and just a nice getaway. The other nice thing about the Hard Rock, if you haven't been there, it's kind of like a museum, sort of like a Planet Hollywood. They've got all kinds of music memorabilia there. In particular, the one in Tampa has Elvis's gold piano on display. So you can see Elvis's piano. They've got a couple of his jumpsuits. If you go back to like the 80s and 90s, the rock band Kiss, you guys know Kiss and Gene Simmons, they've got some of the tour costumes from Kiss on display there. And they're actually pretty amazing to look at up close. They're in a big tube at the center of the casino. So you can literally get that close to Gene Simmons' dragon monster costume. His tongue's not there, though. He keeps that with him. March 14th, we're going to see Andre Rieu. He's going to be at Amalie Arena in Tampa. If you're on that list, please get your payment in as soon as you can. We have 35 people on there as of right now. So I got room for about 20 more. We're going to start locking in the tickets with the theater. So again, get that money in. If you don't know who Andre Rieu is, he is an orchestra leader of the Johann Strauss Orchestra from Europe. And they put on an amazing show, beautiful dancers and gorgeous dresses. They have a dance floor on the orchestra floor where the customers, where the audience is sitting. A lot of the audience gets up and dances during the show. They do waltzes and all kinds of great music. If you want a lot of bang for your buck, too, I'll give you a great hint. When you think the curtain has gone down, do not get up and go to the bus. He's going to do at least 3 or 4 encores. I think the record we have is 6 for one of our trips to go see him. So that's Andre Rieu. Get on there before that's sold out. March 17th for St. Patrick's Day, we're going to have lunch at Alfano's Italian Restaurant, the most appropriate place I could think of for St. Patrick's Day. And there is an argument to be made that St. Patrick was Italian. His parents were both from Rome. So there you go. Wendy will be my guest tour guide for that day because I am expected to be on the Swanee River with about 20 scouts paddling up north. So Wendy will be with you for that one. March 18th, we've got Greater Tuna, and that's going to be at the Off-Broadway Palm Dinner Theater down in Fort Myers again. The difference at the Off-Broadway Palm, it's got theater seating like you're in a movie theater. So you eat in the dining room and then you go to the theater for the show, which I kind of like. But it's the same fantastic food and desserts that you would get seeing a show in the main theater. The shows that they do in the smaller theater are kind of screwball stage comedies. In this particular case, Greater Tuna is about a trailer park in Tuna, Texas. All the parts are played by 2 actors, including a dog and a, what's the other critter? There's something else. And, two actors portray 20 men and women and a dog. It's a tour de farce of quick change artistry, and the audience is taken through all the quirks, foibles, and downright insanities of the citizens of Tuna. One of these days we'll get Marina in there. March 20th, we're doing My Big Fat Italian Funeral. That's at Murders, She Wrote. And this is one of those murder mysteries. So you're going to come in, somebody will die a grisly death before your appetizers are served. The waiters and waitresses will come and take your orders, and a detective will arrive and work with you guys to solve the murder. And by the end of the evening, you'll have a fantastic dessert, and you will have pegged who the killer was. If you guess right, they usually give you some kind of a prize, like a ticket to come back. And the meal is going to be at Harold Seltzer's up in Port Richey, so you know that's going to be real good food. We've got a great meal, sirloin steak, chicken piccata, or fettuccine alfredo with a Napoleon for dessert. Saturday, March 26th, we've got the MacDill Air Force Base Air Fest. Probably, it's got to be at least 4 years since we've gotten to do this, maybe a little more. because it was canceled for COVID the last couple of years, and they went to an every other year format. Currently, the bus is sold out. However, it's over a month and a half away. If I get a big enough waiting list and it kind of tips over, we might send 2 buses. It's a fantastic air show. It's going to include the Blue Angels. It's got static displays of all kinds of aircraft, like C-130s and C-141s, like I got pushed out of. And you're also going to get a camp chair. And the reason for that is I can buy camp chairs and give them to you a lot cheaper than we can rent the camp chairs there. So you get to keep that at the end of the tour if you want it. If you don't want it, throw it back in the bus and I'll give it to my scouts. But it's a great way. You can find a nice place in the shade to sit and actually watch the air show. Some people have expressed concern about the weather. A few years ago, we had one where the weather did chase us off of MacDill Air Force Base. We went for a couple hours over to University Town Center, University Square Mall over in Tampa, and gave people a chance to get lunch there. And I was observing on my phone to see what was going on. They opened the gates back up. We tried to get back to the air show. By the time we got there, they locked the gates. However, here's where it gets good. The weather had cleared. It was nice out. I looked on my mapping on my phone. I found a warehouse that had a great big parking lot just a couple blocks from the gate to MacDill. We went and parked in the parking lot. And since we had purchased camp chairs for everybody, we all had a place to sit. So we sat and we watched the airplanes flying, and I turned the speaker on my phone all the way up, and we could actually hear the commentary if you were kind of close to me. So we made the best of it. It was an interesting day. I have people who remember that still come up to me. March 27th, we're trying out a new theater. Again, this one is a little light on signups. I'd love to have some of you guys sign up and give this a try. We're going up to the Stage West Playhouse in Spring Hill. It's up near Brooksville. And they're doing Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. You guys all know the story of Joseph. His brothers get jealous of him, sell him into slavery. He managed to overcome everything and come back. And, well, let's just say there's some karma at the end of the story. And then wrapping up March, we've got a St. Augustine trolley tour. That's a 3-day one. It's very similar to the one we do around Christmas time, but a lot more free time. So the day we get there, you can have the evening on St. George Street for dining and shopping. You got a whole day of on-off trolley privileges on day 2, and then the half day on day 3. So there are 1,000,001 things to see in St. Augustine. This will give you a better chance to go get some of those sites you haven't seen when you do the Christmas trip. We're also going to do a side trip over to World Golf Village, where they have the Caddyshack themed restaurant owned by the Murray brothers, including Bill Murray. And the hotel on that one is fantastic. That's the Courtyard Marriott in St. Augustine. It's got a very nice restaurant and bar in the lobby. And I actually had some folks on the last Christmas one we did, they kind of pooped out at St. Augustine by about 3 in the afternoon. So they spent the evening in the lobby of the hotel, having some good food, playing cards, just enjoying each other's company. Okay, so that is the end of March. Now it's time to try and entertain you a little bit. This is called Game Names, and these are actually more realistic names for the board games you probably played with your kids when they were little. Okay, so if you recognize the game and you know the name it's sold under, yell it out. There we go. Hungry, Hungry Hippos. But of course, in a month, you'll only have 3 marbles. And that's most kids. Yep. Wow, they kind of threw that one at you. But a game of hiding out in Australia until the very end. And if you've played Risk, you know that's the best strategy. Yahtzee, the game of yelling and bookkeeping. Battleship. Or this game can be played with 2 sheets of paper and a pen. Okay, jumping into April. We're going to start April off with the Eufaula Pilgrimage. And that's going to be April 1st to 4th, 4 days. Day 1 will be a pretty heavy driving day. We're going to go from Florida all the way to Eufaula, Alabama, with appropriate stops in between lunch and rest breaks. When we get to Eufaula, we'll get checked into our hotel while we're there. Very nice quality inn. and it's very close to downtown, so that'll be handy for us. We'll get checked in. Then our tour guide's going to meet us. He'll take us on a little bit of a driving tour on our way to the Shorter Mansion, as featured in the movie Sweet Home Alabama. If you've ever seen that, that's the mansion she's getting married at the end. And Candice Bergen gets decked. That was pretty funny in that scene. It's the oldest collection of antebellum mansions in the country, the largest collection, because this city was spared when Sherman's troops were marching to the sea and burning everything. The guys who were getting ready to burn down Eufaula got the word and put the torches out. So what did they do instead of burning the town down? They went and occupied the mansions, drank all the whiskey and bourbon, smoked all the cigars, ate all the good food, but they left the mansions standing. And these are homes to people now. So they're going to open their homes to us. So we have dinner at the Shorter Mansion. We're going to have a candlelight tour that evening. Day 2, we're going to have our guide join us on the bus again, and we're going to go from house to house. We get to walk in the front door. The family there usually has somebody designated to be their host and tell you about the history of the house. My favorite one I ever saw was a kid. He was about 12, 13 years old. They had him dressed up like Huck Finn in coveralls and a straw hat and bare feet. And he told the history of that house. He was the best host out of the entire town. And it didn't hurt, in my book, that he was also a scout and he was working on his communications merit badge. So that was his assignment for the merit badge, was to host for the entire weekend. I hope to God he earned the badge. We got candlelight mansion tours that evening. We've got great meals. And this is the first time we've been back there in at least 5 years. April 2nd, we got a cool show while I'm out of town called The Three Redneck Tenors. This is a short engagement show at the Suncoast Broadway Dinner Theater up in Hudson. And these guys have a worldwide reputation. They don't just sing country music or blues or any of that. They sing a wide range of things, but they portray kind of hill folk. And so it's kind of great music and comedy. It's going to be a lot of fun. And the food is really good up there at Suncoast Broadway. Sunday the 3rd, we've got One Night in Memphis. And this one is starting to sell pretty good. It's a fantastic show. It's the story of Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins, and Elvis Presley. And they all meet one night at the recording studio. And it's based on a true story. They hung out all night playing music for each other, telling stories, and having a great time. This will be over at Ruth Eckerd Hall. You don't want to miss it. My dad was just bragging on it this morning when I was sitting in the office. He says this is one of the best musical stories he's ever seen. And you know, he's seen them all. He's been all over. April 7th, we're going to go back over to beautiful Mount Dora. You'll have a couple hours for shopping and lunch. And then we're going to do a canal boat ride. That'll pick up next to the Lakeside Inn. But you'll have a chance to get some great food. They got some very nice restaurants in Mount Dora. And some interesting shops, too. Who's got a dog? I know Debbie's got a dog. They've got a dog bakery there. Barbara's got doggies. You can get some nice treats. Ed, you got a dog?
Yeah.
They let you have a dog?
They don't let me have sharp objects, but they let me have.
I understand that. They got a dog bakery there, which doesn't mean they bake dogs. They bake things for dogs, in case anybody was confused. But Bob looked concerned for a second. April 9th, we're going to go see the Herman's Royal Lipizzans. And that's down around Sarasota, that area. While we're there, we're going to have a morning performance with the Lipizzans. April does start to get a little bit warm, so a morning show should be a little cooler. I think that's a 10 a.m. performance. Once they're done, we're going to take the bus over to Yoder's first. We'll drop folks off who want to eat at Yoder's. Yoder's is the most authentic Amish restaurant in Sarasota. However, they don't take reservations. They don't book seats. You got to wait in line to get inside and order your food. So that's why we're going to do this that way. If you really want to go to Yoder's, we're going to drop you off first because you're going to take a little longer. The rest of the bus will go over to Der Dutchman, which is a little more quick and efficient. Then I'll feed you there, and then we'll come pick you guys back up at Yoder's. Promise we won't forget you. And that'll be that day. Yes, ma'am. Oh, just stretching?
Yeah, I'm stretching.
Okay. April 10th. Now, you might notice if you were following along on last month's sheet, this was originally on April 17th. Guess what we figured out happens on April 17th? Easter Bunny comes. So we moved it a week up. It's going to be on April 10th now. We're just going to the Kennedy Space Center for the day. And it's a fantastic place to go explore. If you have not been there in the last 5-10 years, you really owe it to yourself. They got a beautiful exhibit of the Atlantis shuttle, and that'll take your breath away. It's got a great introduction when you go in. It really gets a good entrance, and you might even tear up a little bit when you see it. They've got other great exhibits. The Rocket Garden, the Saturn V is back open. They're going to have astronaut visits again, so they're opening back up already. April 16th. We haven't done this one in years either. Going back to Paradise Ranch. Yeah, Paradise Ranch. You can't beat that place. It's the Weld family bears, and they've been training bears for generations. They used to perform in the circus back in the 40s, and then they kind of transitioned to TV performance and movies. So if you see a bear in a TV show, commercial, or in a movie, chances are he came from Paradise Ranch. They do a really nice lunch for you. It is kind of a picnic basket kind of lunch, and they threw in ice cream because I'm a good negotiator. Don't let the bears have your ice cream, by the way. Bears love ice cream, and they will take it from you. They're worse than me. Lunch bunch in April, we're going to go to a place called Benedict's. And where is my Benedict's going to be? Dunedin. We're going up to Dunedin, beautiful little town. Now, one thing I've got with my new contract with March, my lunch bunch, I got a special price to do a 4-hour charter. And the new contract, my minimum is 5 hours, which changes lunch bunch a little bit. So now instead of me kind of staying close to home and rushing you guys a little bit, if we're close to home, I can give you a little bit of window shopping time because I got 5 hours to kill. So we will give you a little bit of time in downtown Dunedin, assuming the restaurant does their job and gets us in and out. Got a very nice menu for that one. You'll like it when you see it. April 24th, we're going to Key West. Who's excited? A bunch of you. That's good. This will be a new Key West for us. We haven't done it exactly this way before. We're going to stay in Kendall, Florida. That's down near Miami. That's on day one. We go to Kendall. We're going to tour the Everglades a little bit. I think he's got an airboat ride on day one as well and seeing some gators. Day two is going to be your Key West day. So you'll leave the hotel bright and early, head down all of those bridges all the way down to Key West. Probably arrive about noonish, and you'll have all afternoon and early evening in Key West. The current plan is he's leaving about 7 p.m. Day three is going to be touring Miami. So you're going to have a boat ride and a driving tour of Miami. And you're going to see the smallest post office, the Everglades Ranger Station, and a bunch of other good stuff. Then day four will be mostly getting home. So this one is starting to sell pretty good. You want to get on board while you can. April 25th, we've got the Alter Eagles. Who loves the music of the Eagles? Who doesn't love the music of the Eagles? You can put them on anywhere, anytime. Well, this is one of the best cover bands of the Eagles. They're performing down at the Venice Theater. It is a later performance in the day, so we're going to give you time for shopping and dinner on your own after the show. So that's a little unusual, a little backwards from how we usually do it. But that's kind of April again is starting to be a pretty warm month. The show will be over and the sun will be setting, and it'll be a nice, comfortable time to stroll around town. You will get back after dark.
What time's the show?
I would have to look at my contract. I think it's like a 2-3 p.m. show, something like that. April 28th, we're going to the Suncoast Broadway Theater up in Hudson to see one of my top 3 musicals of all time. If you ask me, Camelot, Music Man, and Man of La Mancha, they don't get any better than those 3. With honorable mention to Gilligan's Island, the musical. That was right up there with any Lerner and Lowe production. But it's going to be a fantastic show. Great songs. If Ever I Would Leave You, I Wonder What the King Is Doing Tonight. Of course, the title song, Camelot. One of my favorite songs from high school when my friends were doing the play, Fi on Goodness. I don't think Fi on Goodness is actually in the movie version. So if you haven't seen the stage version and listened to Fi on Goodness, you need to pay attention to the lyrics. It's very funny. Going to be a great show. We'll have real good seats for you. You don't want to miss it. Some more game names. You guys ready for another round of game names? You guys are so smart. Here we go. Clue or homicide. Slinky. It's a coil. Enjoy that.
We did.
Live.
Mm-hmm. A fun-filled afternoon of raising kids and buying insurance. I can't believe I played hours of that. What a wasted childhood.
Mousetrap.
Who got Mousetrap? Sherry got Mousetrap. That's good. We had that one. I never once got it to work either.
Who get it put
will never
together?
work. I know. It was a disaster. Okay, jumping into May, what you guys were all waiting for. Here's what I've been sweating over for the last 2 weeks to come up with great trips for you for May. May 3rd, we're going to go up to Tarpon Springs, do a little driving tour, point things out. We're going to have an included lunch at Hella's Greek restaurant. Very nice menu for you there. You'll have a little bit of strolling and shopping time. We're going to wrap the day up with a visit over to St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Church. That's the dome inside up there. We actually did that last January with my scouts, and it was a fascinating afternoon. We have a great tour guide there. His name is Dale. He's going to tell you the history of the church. You will get to see St. Nicholas's finger. If you guys know what that's about, what do they call that? It's not an artifact. It's a relic. A relic. That's the word I was groping for. They had Orthodox churches have relics of the saints. So you actually get a piece of the saint for your church. Beautiful church to visit and enjoy. And the artistry in there will just take your breath away. May 5th, we're going to go back to Snookhaven. I haven't done that probably since, I think 2018 was the last Snookhaven we got to do. It's a fantastic little fishing camp down on is it Myakka River down? That's why I keep Barbara around. She's my memory. It's right on the Myakka River. It's a great little restaurant. Real good food down there. Cold beer. All kinds of good stuff. And they have the Suncoast Banjo Society comes and plays. So we're going to go down there for Cinco de Mayo and listen to that famous Spanish instrument, the banjo, for the day.
It's actually in Englewood, not Venice.
Englewood?
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Does Lori have Venice on there?
Yeah.
Actually, I think the address, when I look it up, shows up as Venice. But
It's River
Right.
Road. And,
yeah, it might be one of those Gulfport, St. Petersburg kind of things. May 7th, we're going to do the Lakeland Hot Air Balloon Festival. Originally, I was trying to do this as a 2 or 3 day trip for you, but you guys would not believe what a hotel room costs in Lakeland. So we decided to do this as a 1 day tour. So the plan is to get you out there right about lunchtime, let you dine at the food trucks and stroll around for the afternoon. And we're planning to stay through sunset, which that day I think is about 7:30 p.m. And at sunset, they do what's called the evening glow. So they'll light up all the balloons at sunset. Kind of look like that. And so that'll be your chance. They also have helicopter rides available, tethered balloon rides if you want to do that. I don't recommend an untethered balloon ride because I can't guarantee where you're going to go or when you're going to come back. And you may miss the bus home. Or you may never get back to the United States. So I hope you know a lot of languages. But a great chance to go see a balloon festival without spending thousands of dollars to go over to the Albuquerque Balloon Festival. May 10th, we're going to go to America's favorite family gator park, Gatorland. That's over towards Orlando in that neighborhood. And we got you a pretty good price on that. We got quite a bit off the gate entry for you. So with the bus, we're able to offer you a real good price for it. Lunch will be on your own. They've got all kinds of critters and gator shows. And let's see, 2,000 gators and crocodiles, bobcats, panthers, emus, snakes, tortoises, eds, and more. Nobody caught that. I threw heads in. Okay, just didn't land. I'm going to move on. May 12th, we're going to go to the Broadway Palm and see a neat little show called In the Heights. And what is In the Heights about? It is a Tony Award-winning story of a vibrant community in New York's Washington Heights community, where the coffee from the corner bodega is light and sweet, the windows are always open, and the breeze carries the rhythm of 3 generations of music. When a winning lottery ticket, a power outage, and romantic tension all hit the neighborhood, the longtime friends and neighbors make discoveries about each other, themselves, and the place they all call home. It sounds like a heartwarming, musical kind of story you can all get behind. And if you can't enjoy the show, at least the food's fantastic, right? No, the show will be great too. They always have great performers there. All right, Wendy's not bouncing. Here, I'm going to show her again. She's still complaining that I have her in a yellow dress, by the way. I didn't have time to change the color of her dress, but she did spin for you. She's going to take you shopping in Mount Dora, so you'll have a chance to be dropped off in downtown Mount Dora, explore there. Or she will take you to Renninger's, or if there's time and availability, there is a third flea market kind of place up there too. So she's going to try and give you all the options she can and give you about 4 or so hours in the Mount Dora area to do some shopping and sightseeing and just enjoy a great day. If you haven't been to Renninger's is huge. It's easily bigger than the Wagon Wheel was. A lot of it is indoors and air conditioned, but they've got, what do they have there, Jesse? Everything. I know they've got coins, because Jesse loves coins. He goes right to the coin shops. But they've got antiques, household goods, all kinds of fantastic stuff. Produce. Oh, now she bounced. Wait, we're going to do that again because I want to see this. Okay, she spins. Then I click it again. Now she bounces. Okay, she did it backwards. Sounds like Wendy. Sunday, May 15th, we're going to do the St. John's River Ship over in Sanford, Florida. We just did it in January, and they got people beating down the door to go do it again. It's going to be a fantastic trip. It's a nice big paddle wheeler, takes you up the St. John's River. Food is fantastic. They have live entertainment on the boat, and that's all. I don't know what else to tell you. It'd be a lot of good wildlife you get to see.
Good food.
Good food. May 19th, speaking of good food, we're going to do Lunch Bunch. We're going to go over to Plant City and have lunch at Fred's Family Market. And the lady, she's about 90 years old. She's the founding owner of Fred's Family Market. Her kids were Fred and who was the brother? Fred and no, well, good guess though. Anyway, Buddy Freddy's is what it used to be called. Yeah. Yeah. And, well, they split ways and it became Fred's because Buddy went off to do other things. Anyway, we're going to have a great lunch bunch over in Plant City. Dad was just there for that one and highly recommends it. Just in case you're wondering, I was trying to go to a different restaurant. I was trying some new ones we haven't done before, and they were not answering phone calls. So if you're out there, Caddies and whatever the other one was, answer your phone. May 21st on Saturday, we're going to go to Weeki Wachee and go see the mermaids. And the park will be open. They're going to have the boats going. They're going to have animal shows going. The mermaids will be swimming. You'll have a spectacular time there. Sunday, May 22nd, we're going to leave for Myrtle Beach. Flyers for that are in the back. Mr. Terry's guarding them back there. We're staying at the Beach Cove Resort, where every room is an ocean view room. So you look right out your window at the Atlantic and enjoy yourself there. You get a guided city tour of Charleston. You're going to get Brook Green Gardens and 3 fantastic shows. The Carolina Opry Legends in Concert. And Dad was beating Lori up on this one. The Legends in Concert is going to be portraying different celebrities than the last one we did back in whenever it was, November or December, around Christmas time. So it's new Legends in Concert and a new show at the Alabama Theater. Back in early December, we finally got to do Cirque du Soleil Drawn to Life. We had a good attendance on that. We had a fair number of folks go, and it was a fantastic show. Everybody loved it. My dad even got to see it. And Barbara, should I cover up the camera for a second? Barbara took pictures during the show, but she wasn't supposed to. But they were really good. If you've never been to a Cirque du Soleil performance, you got to go at least once in your life. They defy description. I can stand up here and try and explain it to you. It's not a circus with elephants and animals, but it's a circus of people, performers, music, acrobats, and it will just stun you what these people can do. You'll really, really enjoy it. This one, we'll get there a little bit early. It's a 5:30 show, so we'll get there a few hours in advance. You can do a little shopping, get something to eat. Make sure you keep your ticket in your pocket. Somebody left their ticket on the bus last time, so we had to hunt down Dad and go open the bus and get them their ticket. So don't do that. And after the show's over, we'll head you on home. May 29th, Shen Yun is coming back. And Dad said he got to see this the last time we did it. He said this is spectacular as well. This will be at the Mahaffey Theater. It's a little spendy on the ticket, but we'll get you down there and back. And it's an amazing, amazing show. Their motto is China before communism. So it goes back to the original culture of China before Mao took things over. And they're actually a wonderful troupe. They're not supported by the People's Republic of China at all. In fact, the government of China tries to kind of interfere with what they do. It doesn't approve of them. So if you'd like to see the authentic old China and music and dancing and costumes, join us for that one. All right, one more bit of game names. See, I saved my favorite ones for the last. Claim the corners or lose. What is that? Othello?
Yeah,
Is that what it is?
yeah.
I don't think I ever played that one much.
Scrabble.
Scrabble. Or how to find out that everybody went to a better school than you. Okay, who here has played Monopoly and not had the board thrown off the table? Nobody ever threw the table?
Civilized.
Huh?
We're civilized.
You too? Then you haven't played Monopoly right. Both of you. If you haven't gotten somebody so furious that they threw the board, I don't know what you're doing. Our Monopoly set flew across the rooms more times than I can count.
I saw
That's
in
right,
the
Lori.
store the other day, they have a Pinellas Parkopoly.
Pinellas Parkopoly?
Right.
I'm almost afraid to ask what the tokens could be.
I didn't look.
Oh,
You
Lordy.
Go back and look.
Heaven help me. I'm going to keep my comments to myself because I want to keep you guys my friends. Okay, last one.
Twister.
Or you think this game will end in sex, but it won't. How many of you pulled this game out in high school with high hopes? Yeah, I know Ed still tries that one. It still doesn't work, does it, Ed? Poor Ed. Okay, holidays. What day is it? Who knows what Gwil Mabsant is? I had to look that one up. Orthodox churches, that is a day they have festivals to celebrate their patron saints. And it was stopped being celebrated around the 1500s because the festivals got too rowdy and the churches fought over the rules of the festivals. It's also Bagels and Lox Day. It's Cut the Cord Day. And what's that?
I say, this is pizza day.
We're getting there. We're getting there. It's Develop Alternative Vices Day, Ed. I like that one. Pizza Day. Pizza Pie Day, Stop Bullying Day. I'm sorry, Ed, I'll stop bullying you. It is Toothache Day, and it's Read in the Bathtub Day, so you all have an assignment when you get home now. You can't read in your bathtub? Oh, well, you can borrow Wendy's. She won't mind. Upcoming trips, like I said, we're working on Great Smoky Mountains. That'll be in October. Hopefully Dad will have that out shortly. And the Great Northeast Tour, that's going to be going to Vermont with a stop in New York City. Assuming they get over being quite so insane in New York. They're headed the right way. Lori said today she saw in the news they're starting to remove the mask mandates in New York City. So we might be able to travel somewhat freely there. Anyway, who has questions? Who has the first question? As we were taught to say in Wood Badge and Scouts. Nobody has a question? Nobody wants to try and stump me?
Are we gonna go back to Parkdale after Fred's Market?
It will depend on how the service goes. I'm hoping to. If with it being a buffet, it should be pretty quick. So yeah, I'm planning to take you guys to Parksdale when we do Fred's.
What's Parksdale?
Parksdale Farms is the strawberry farms over in Plant City. Good place. Yeah. Yeah, all kinds of produce. I will try and get some of the expired produce for the rabbits while we're there. So I have an alternative mission. Any other questions? Going once, going twice. Can't believe Terry's not trying to get me. Okay, let's do our drawings and then don't run away. I do have an important announcement. Okay, nobody got that? Did you look through them? Oh, no. I'm training new help here. All right, throw me half. We'll go through. Stand by.
What was the answer?
What was, I'll show you in just a second.
Okay.
I would have thought that was a professional.
Wow, you guys gotta get out more.
I've seen that statue somewhere.
Oh, man. You guys are gonna kick yourselves.
I can't think that I've seen it. I can think of
Okay,
a
I got a
couple
few
of
good
places.
ones. Some of you guys got it. Let me see who's got the best answer. We'll be right with you. We're conferring.
Are you just doing baptism now?
That's right. You were gonna say a word, man.
So you got a list of trips you're doing?
Great. All right, we have a winner after conferring. It's like the Academy Awards, isn't it? Okay, you guys ready to see where it was? We had about 5 of you get the right answer, but 1 of you had the right est answer.
Right.
So here we go. Oh, by the way, join us for our next travel club meeting. Not today. It's on, I knew I missed one thing, March 9th, a month from today. We'll be right back here with more terrible jokes and stories and stumps. It was at Wiki Wachi.
Oh.
It's right out in front of Wiki Wachi. So 5, you got it. Oh, what's that? But where's Sandra Hansen? Sandra, you had the very best answer, the most detail. So you win $25 off your next trip. Congratulations. Hang on to that.
I thought it was.
Just a little story. Probably 10, 15 years ago, we did a trip to Wiki Wachi. And one of our customers, when we were talking about it, she told me she used to be a mermaid there. Not only was she a mermaid there, she's that mermaid. She's in the statue.
Oh.
In the statue.
Not physically in the statue. We didn't cover her in concrete, but she posed for the statue. She had a funny story about that pose.
Is she in here today?
What's that?
Is she in here today?
No. I haven't had contact with her in a long time. I don't even know if she's still around. But she and the girl who used to do that pose in the show, she was always the bottom one, and the other girl was always the top one. And she asked one day if it would be okay with her friend if they switched. And so they switched for that performance. What she forgot to tell her friend who was doing the bottom part was you have to hang on to the bathing suit or your friend on top will float away. So she started floating towards the surface and almost messed up the show. It was a cute story. All right, we have other stuff to give away and then an important announcement. So we're going to give goodies away. I'm going to bring them all over here. And this is just a drawing, so aren't you glad you put your name down? So let's see. First one, we've got Bob Durant. Wow.
All right, Bob.
Let's see. What are we going to give Bob? I'm going to give Bob milk chocolate hearts with Minnie on there. Happy Valentine's Day, Bob.
Thank you.
Okay, next one I'm gonna give out, I'm gonna work my way up. Is the nice big box of chocolate top prize, or is a bottle of Merlot the top prize?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. You guys like the chocolate. Okay, I'm gonna go in this order then. The next one is a box of Sweethearts for Valentine's Day. We're gonna give that to Lucy England. Happy Valentine's Day. Don't tell Wendy to do my Valentine's Day. I'll get in trouble. I'm usually in trouble. Next one, now this was donated by our good friend Buffy. And I pulled Buffy's name. You want the chocolate back?
Oh, good, I like them.
Would you like the chocolate or you want the wine?
No, I don't drink.
Oh, that's right.
I'll take chocolate.
I'll give you your own chocolates back.
There you go.
Thank you, Buffy.
I can't eat them because I bought them for this, but now I can.
You finally get one. All right, the next one up will be the bottle of wine. That's going to go to Michael Vokar. Michael. That's good. I like your shirt. Oh, thank you. Congratulations, sir. Finally, the big prize, the
Yeah, I think.
whole enchilada. Who wins this? This is a nice box of premium European chocolates, also donated by Buffy. So you guys could have something for a prize.
Oh.
And where is Gail Sherman? Gail, nice chocolates for you.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Now, I do have one little bit of sad news for you guys. So, a good friend, Jesse, is altering his career plans a little bit. So he's going to be focusing more on FedEx, and don't know if we'll have him driving for us much anymore. He is driving New Orleans. So if you would like to go with him on the last tour, I know he's going on. We got room for you. But give Jesse a big hug or a handshake. Or Jesse, do you have anything you'd like to say? Thanks for the memories. Well, thank you guys for coming today. We'll have another meeting March 9th. Bring a friend. Barbara and I will be sticking around to take notes if you want to sign up for things or pay for trips. And thank you guys so much for coming today. Otherwise, I'd have had to sit in the office. Those will hang on to until February. The only one I have is these.
Anything pique your interest? Yeah.
Who's taking payment for trips?
Barbara will be doing that right in the back there.
It'll be worth my while to sign up for the AirFest.
Will it be worthwhile? Well, yeah, because you'll be, either way, you'll be top of the wait list. So somebody's gonna cancel. You're probably gonna get popped right in there. Or you'll get a second bus, but either way, you're top of the list. Chances are great.
I work Monday, Tuesday, then I'm off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I go back.
Margaritaville.
My whole house is getting revamped. Okay? So my roommate left the cabinet over in the kitchen and I'm trying to my whole house is like right now. I can't find anything. Me too. Yeah, no, mine.
Okay. Thank you, John. I'll see you over the office.
I'll see you there, brother.
Okay.
If Wendy has any extra money that she wants to spend to bring more stuff home, I'm having a huge garage sale the 19th and the 20th of this month.
Bite your tongue, man.
Huge.
Goodbye and talk to your dad. All right. You all right? Thought you maybe you were gonna forget.
Huh?
Thought you were gonna forget.
Trying to think what.
Well, sometimes I get rolling.
I know.
You gotta be ready to steer me back if I do.
All right, I'll see you around.
Adios, Patrick.
Alrighty, now do you wanna eat or?
You, are you hungry?
Save your receipts, girls.
Huh?
Save your receipts and bring them next month too, because we do a drawing in April.
Ah,
So
okay.
put your name on them, turn
I
those
won't
in.
be coming to the lunch bunch in April.
Like,
Well, probably because it's something I don't like to eat. Whatever. April. I don't even see a lunch bunch on April.
no, because you don't have the April, you'll be, he's talking about April meeting.
I'm looking at April.
I know, but that would be on the top of the next year.
Ah, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That means.
Right now it says March, but April will be on the next one.
One hour and 5 minutes.